guys, I'm Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building quite a big house. The house itself is not like humongous. It's built on a 40 by 40 in Brindleton Bay. So this is a lot that I think, actually no, I did have a build for this lot for the save file, which by the way, in case you are wondering how that's going, I will be releasing a partially done save file later this month, so if you've been waiting for my save file for a while, look forward to that. It'll be at the end of the month at some point, I promise. So anyways, but we are building on this lot. So I did have a house for the save file on this lot, but I actually deleted it because it turns out that that house was not good for the hackings. And you guys really want the hackings in the save file, so I'm gonna have to build something new, but I completely forgot that. I could have built a house for the hackings. I chose not to. I decided to build a generations home because I know this is like one of the most requested builds on my channel, I think. People really, at least as far as I've kind of gathered, people like to keep the elders in their house, so when you have a family, you start out with you start with a single adult, right? And you find them a partner, they have kids, then the kids grow up, the original Sims turn into elders, and you kind of don't want to move them out. Because first of all, you kind of lose track of them once you move them out of the house, and secondly, you may also be a little bit attached to them since they're basically your original Sims, like they're the first generation, you don't want to just let them go. And also third, you don't know when they pass on, move on. I don't know how to say that. Die. Anyways, so my generations homes, when I build them, I make sure that it's got room for, or the house has room for grandparents, a pair of parents, and then kids. This house doesn't have room for a toddler or a baby though. I do want to point that out. I could have fit in a tiny human bedroom on the second floor, but I turned it into a bathroom instead. So if you want this house to be for, upcoming generations too, you may want to swap a few things around to make room for a toddler room, just to make it easier for the family to just, keep going, and you can live in this house forever if you want to. So, but I was trying to be inspired by the whole generations sort of vibe for the interior, so it's there's an interesting mix of different furniture styles in there, I want to say, because it's not supposed to be super styled or anything like that. So it's very homey. It's also rustic and very country-like at the same time, but it's very family friendly, in my opinion at least. So like I said, this is built on the 40 by 40 in Brindleton Bay, and it has room for, or how many bedrooms does it have? 4 bedrooms, I think, and then 5 bathrooms, where one of them is only a powder room, so that's on the ground floor, right next to, or it's in a hallway actually, or not literally in the hallway, but the entrance to that powder room is in the hallway. So do you want to point that out? Like, I'm not going to put a bathroom or a toilet just randomly in a hallway. I would not want to use that toilet because no. So it has its own little room, don't worry, but it's like a 2 by 2, so it's a very tiny powder room. So other than the bathrooms and the bedrooms, there is also a laundry room, actually, a dedicated laundry room, and it's a little bit bigger than the laundry rooms I've done lately, by the way, so it's not just a 2 by 2 with a pair of laundry machines in there. It's an actual laundry room. I was very inspired by the Shell Challenge entries because I saw a couple that had like proper setup for like a proper laundry rooms, and I really wanted to add one of those in this build because I felt like it fit the whole vibe of the house too. So they have one, and there's also, I feel like it's like slash a mudroom, is that what you call it, when you can enter from the backyard? So that's where you take off your shoes, which is why you call it a mudroom, I think, or something like that. I don't really know, I didn't come up with that term. It's not my language either, so moving on. But there's also a gaming room, so not like a console gaming room, but a room where they have board games. There's also a couple of bookcases in there and a lounge area too, or just a chair where the Sims can sit and read in, and also a foosball table, because I felt like it had been a while since the last time I used the foosball table, so I really wanted to use it. And outside of that room, there is also a ping pong table, so the table tennis, table. So, because I'd never used that either, and it came with Discover University, so it's kind of new, and I felt like I needed to use it for something, so I thought it would be an extra activity that the family could do together. Hopefully they're not going to be playing beer pong or something on it, or juice pong, whatever, but just table tennis. So something a little bit different with this house is that I did not include a TV in the living room actually, but there is a fireplace, there's a picture hanging above the fireplace, so if you really want a TV in this house, you can just take out the picture above the fireplace and put in a TV instead, so one of the wall-mounted ones, and it would be fine. I just felt like it didn't really suit the living room for some reason. You'll see that in just a little bit, or it might just be me who thinks like that. But I don't know, I felt like it didn't really suit the living room, so I decided to just cut it out, but you could definitely fit it in there if you want to. I know that TVs help quite a lot with gameplay, so when your Sims are low on fun, for example, it's very easy to just get that up quickly by watching TV, just like in real life. For some people, I'm one of those people, I can't really just sit and watch TV. I have a TV, I never use it. I don't know, I can't just sit down and watch TV. I can't do it. I think I've talked about this in a previous video as well. I need to do something at the same time, because otherwise I feel like I'm just wasting time by sitting and watching TV. So I'm annoying like that. But anyways. So in here we have the kitchen. I always start out with the kitchen, I feel like, yeah, when I build houses, I always start out with the kitchen. It just seems natural to start out with the kitchen for some reason. So today is no exception, but we are also doing the dining room because the dining room is in the kitchen. So basically it's a kitchen / dining area. So they don't have a dedicated dining room, but I just felt like it didn't really suit this house anyways. To me, it's kind of not necessarily fancy, like only rich people or rich houses, wealthy, what that doesn't make any sense. Expensive houses. It's not that they're the only ones that have like dedicated dining rooms, but there's something very family-like about having the dining area in the kitchen to me, so I just decided to not include that in the floor plan, even though the house is pretty big. I probably could have done something different with the floor plan and fit in a dining room, like in the middle of the house or something if I'd moved the staircase somewhere else, but no dining room today, so I hope that's okay though. I would think that it makes it a little bit easier for gameplay actually, because the Sims do have a tendency to walk to the nearest, I don't know, dining table when they've cooked and they just sit there and eat. Sometimes they walk to the couch and sit there and eat while watching TV or something, which is pretty realistic, I think. At least if you have a couch. I'm still waiting for mine, so I have a TV, but no couch yet. But my couch should arrive next Friday, so I'm super excited about that. That means I can actually sit down and because I feel like sitting at the dining table alone when you're eating dinner is a little bit weird to me, so I never actually sit there and eat alone. But with a couch and a TV, I could sit there and eat dinner and just completely shut off and I don't know, I'm just looking forward to it a lot. Plus, it has to arrive before Christmas because we're celebrating Christmas in my apartment, which is a little bit nerve-wracking, not gonna lie, but I'm also looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun cooking the whole Christmas dinner in my kitchen, and I get to decorate the table and stuff, yeah. It's just gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like I'm also the most, the person in the family who's most into Christmas, if that makes any sense. I'm the most Christmassy person, Christmas-loving person. You guys get what I mean? So it's nice that we get to celebrate it here, even though I don't have any decor or anything, but that's fine. It'll get better for next year. Next year I'll be able to buy some more. I just can't justify buying Christmas decor when I don't have all the furniture for my apartment yet, so that is that. But sorry for going off on a tangent about that, but sometimes that happens here on the channel. So we are decorating the living room now. As you can see, I just felt like it didn't really, a TV didn't really suit this room for some reason. The layout is a little bit different as well because I had to move one of the walls so that I could make room for the staircase. So the room isn't just a square, which means that you can't actually see the TV. Well, technically I think in gameplay it would work. You could still, if you put a TV above the fireplace and you have your Sims sitting on the couch, they can still see the TV, but in real life, it would be a little bit annoying, so you'd have to sit on one of those chairs. So, I don't know. I felt like because I also don't want to place TVs in front of windows. I have a thing with that. I just don't see the point. So I just, no. Don't put TVs in front of windows, like, because you're gonna get the light in your face when you try to watch it and it just doesn't work. Plus you're blocking the light from the window. It doesn't work, so don't do that. But I just felt like it didn't really fit that room because of the layout and also because of the vibe of the room and everything. So they have a lot of bookcases in there though. And here we have the laundry room. And I did take inspiration from some of your entries for the shell challenge, so thank you very much for that. I've been using the white brick quite a lot in this build because I saw it in one of the entries and I completely forgot that we actually had that brick and that it came in white, and I really like how it looks. For some reason, white brick just looks really nice to me, so I had to use it quite a lot in this build, and I did quite a lot. So it's in both bedrooms, and also the laundry room here is primarily this brick, and I've also used it, I think, in some of the bathrooms upstairs as well. By the way, I'm only including one bathroom in the video. The video is quite long in case you hadn't noticed, so I think it's okay that I just cut out the rest of the bathrooms. They're small and I'm basically using the same items. It's the same sort of theme. They're decorated the same way. It's not interesting to watch me make the same room over and over and over. So, but I hope it's okay. And in here we have the grandparents' room. It could also just be for either a grandpa or a grandma. And of course I'm using the bed that came with cats and dogs. I always use that one for grandparents' rooms because it just screams grandma to me. There's something about it that's just grandma. So I always use that one for grandparents' rooms. I feel like I should try to use some of the other ones, but this one just has the right style and the right swatches, and it's just cute, and I could totally see it fit into a grandparents' room, so I just gotta stick with it, but I should use some of the other ones at some point as well. You'll also see a little bit of Christmas decor here and there throughout the house. It's not like overly done in any way. It's not overly decorated or anything. And I've kind of used the toned down swatches as well. So I think mainly white and like a very light yellow actually. So it's very toned down. It's very classy. But I still wanted to include a little bit of Christmas decor because we are in December right now. But if you don't like it, you can just delete it in the uploaded version, like that's completely fine. You can also redecorate the whole place if you want to. I'm completely fine with that as well. But as always, by the way, I'm always okay with that. But I just wanted to include a few Christmas decor pieces because it is December and I thought it would be cute. So especially around the windows, there's always a garland with some crystal balls or whatever those are called hanging from it, and I thought it just looked really nice with the curtain. Actually, you just saw it in the grandparents' room. So in here we have the gaming room. So this is where I put the foosball table and also the board games. I think both of those items came from Get Together actually. A very underrated pack, if I may say so, because the club system is really good for gameplay and also Windenburg is amazing. So overall, honestly, I think Get Together is underrated. So I do want to say that some of the items look a little bit outdated by now because of the textures on them, but a lot of the items are also very versatile. For example, the solid columns, I use those all the time. I used them for a bit in this build, but then I actually swapped them out with some other ones. I think some of those are actually Get Together ones as well. But I just wanted to point that out. Get Together is a very underrated pack. So Windenburg is absolutely beautiful and you need Windenburg in your game. But I thought it would be nice for the family to have a dedicated gaming room so they could have some activities to do together. So they have the board games where they can sit and play together and stuff like that. So that's what that was for. And it's right next to the grandparents' bedroom, by the way. There is a toilet or a bathroom right next to their bedroom too, so they just have to go out through the hallway, and then the door to the bathroom is in the hallway. So it's very close to their bedroom. They don't have a dedicated ensuite, but it's very close to their bedroom. So we are on the second floor now, and we're starting out with the parents' bedroom, and I did decide to give, they have a lot of clothes apparently because they have both two dressers here, they have one walk-in closet, and then they have like an actual walk-in closet as well. So I don't know, maybe they're very into fashion, or maybe they've just saved a lot of clothing or something. I don't know what's going on there, but they have a lot of it because they needed a lot of storage space for it. just ignore what was going on with the roofing right there. I was trying to sort of close off the fireplace area by putting down the fencing that came with, I think it's Get to Work. It's the very small one, so it's not an actual fencing. It's called something like, oh, I don't remember anymore. Something with shopping in it. The name has shopping in it, but I don't remember what it's called. Window shopping, something like that. But it just, yeah, it kind of bugged the roofing. I could have fixed the roofing and still used that fence, but that would have taken time, and I just said, whatever. But I could have done that, I just decided not to. Sorry for being lazy. But I thought it would be super cozy for them to have their own fireplace in their bedroom, so I took out one of the walk-in closets, since they already have 2 dressers and a walk-in closet and an actual walk-in closet. I decided to take out one of the closets and put in a fireplace instead, or one of the wardrobes, whatever you want to call those. And I also decided to add a cat to this household, actually. So, I don't know, I just felt like, for some reason, when I was decorating their bedroom, I just felt like they would be people that had a cat or 2. So, I put a cat bed or a pet bed in there, and then I decided to go downstairs and also put in both a food bowl in the kitchen, but they also have a tray, cat tray, whatever those things are called, I forgot right now, but it's in the laundry room because I couldn't fit it into the small powder room because that's only a 2x2, so I would have to put it very close to the toilet, which I just felt like would be a little bit weird. So I decided to put it in the laundry room instead. I don't know how realistic that is. I've never had a cat. I've only ever been to 2 people's homes where they had cats, or 3 or something. One of them was an apartment, I don't remember where she had the tray, and one of them actually had the tray in their laundry room, so by the back door, that's where they had their laundry machines, and I don't remember the 3rd one. But I don't know how realistic that is. I've never had a cat, just want to point that out. I don't think it really matters in the sense anyways. As long as they clean the tray, everything is fine, the cat is fine, and the family will be fine, and nothing will smell and all that stuff. Up here we have the kids' bedroom. Yes, there's also a teen's bedroom. Usually I'll do the parents. Actually, I'll go through the bedrooms according to age. So I'll start out with the grandparents' bedroom, also because it's usually on the ground floor, because that makes sense. And then I'll do the parents' bedroom, then I'll do the teens' bedroom, and then the kids' bedroom, and lastly, I'll do the tiny humans' bedroom. But today I started out with the other 2. I did the kids' bedroom before the teens' bedroom though, for some reason, I don't know why. But that is what we're doing right now. It's very pink. I did use we're done now with it, but we moved on to the teens' bedroom. But I do want to say that it's very pink. I used quite a lot of stuff. I feel like that's from Cats and Dogs, actually. The bed that I used in there was from Cats and Dogs, and also the desk, chair, and some stuff from Kids Room Stuff Pack as well, because I always go for that stuff when it comes to kids' rooms. We need more stuff or more furniture for kids' rooms. That would be a very welcome addition in the new year at some point. Thank you very much. But moving on to the teens' room, this is like super random. There is no coherence or anything when it comes to the furniture styles in here. I just decided to go full on mix matchy in here, to be honest, and it was a little bit fun. So the dresser is from Parenthood, but the desk is actually from Discovery University. I know that it looks a little bit like a desk that you'd have in like a proper office or something, but I felt like maybe they'd inherited it from the grandpa or maybe the grandma or something, and they moved it up here. And there's a hole in the wall because the teen was a little bit clumsy and accidentally made a hole in the wall, but then they tried to cover it up with one of the posters. I don't know, I had a random thought. I was building on this until like 4 a.m. yesterday, which is also why this video is up quite late, because I was not done when I got up today either. So I've been working on this non-stop since I finished, or since I uploaded the video yesterday actually, so it's been a process. Let's just put it like that, it's been a process. But yeah, I did this room at like 4 a.m. so it's a little bit eclectic, it's a little bit weird, but I had some weird ideas. I don't know if it worked out. So the teen does have their own laptop and also a TV and also a console. I kind of feel like once you go into gameplay in this house, everyone will be storming towards that room because it has all the entertaining stuff, but you know, just make sure the teen locks the room or something and you should be fine. So This is the only bathroom that I'm showing you guys. It's also the biggest one, I think. And the other bathrooms are in the same kind of style. So the bathrooms do look a little bit modern or contemporary compared to the rest of the house. I do realize that, but I felt like maybe they'd had the bathrooms renovated or something recently. It's an older house, so it would make sense to get it renovated at some point, especially bathrooms, because those tend to get a little bit like kitchens and bathrooms. I feel like those rooms are the ones you'd usually renovate first, right? Most likely the kitchen and then followed by the bathrooms afterwards. At least it is in my experience when it comes to both my own childhood home, but also my mom's apartment and a couple of old classmates' houses too. They always had their kitchens renovated first and then followed by the bathrooms, because you can always like swap out furniture in the other rooms if you want to. When it comes to bathrooms and kitchens, the counters are kind of built into the rooms, so it has to be renovated in a different way. So that's probably what they've had done with the bathrooms, and that's why they look a little bit newer, a little bit more modern. But we moved on to the exterior, and the rest of the video will basically be exterior, I think. I do put a shed in the backyard where I put a few hobby items in there, including the woodworking table. There's also a flower arrangement table and a couple of music instruments and stuff. And then I think that's about it for interior actually in this build. I had so much landscaping to do, and I've done all of this landscaping today, by the way, so I've been working my behind off to get this done. And I do like how it turned out though. I feel like I work well under pressure. Not that I'm like someone is pressuring me to do this, but I really wanted a video up today so that I can just sit back and relax a little bit tomorrow or tonight actually. I have some presents I need to wrap up. I need to go to the post office as well, and you know, it's Christmas time. Christmas time is a stressful time, even though it's a wonderful time. It's a little bit confusing, but I just wanted this video up today so that I can focus on wrapping up the presents. I love wrapping up presents, by the way. Am I the only one who's like really into wrapping up presents? I want them all to look very unique and pretty, which means I also end up using a stupid amount of money on wrapping paper or gift paper, whatever you call that. So that's a bit stupid, but I just love wrapping up presents. I like when they look pretty, even though people just tear off the paper and all that stuff. I just like when they look pretty, so that is what I'm gonna do. I'm always the one wrapping up presents. I've even had to wrap up my own presents at some point because I'm the one who does it. So I have a lot of new paper and stuff because I didn't have anything actually already. So I am looking forward to that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah, I don't know, wrapping up presents is just great entertainment apparently. I just like making them look pretty, yes. So by putting this video up today, I can have extra time tomorrow to just focus on that. But yeah, for the landscaping, I did try to make it look a little bit wilder, and it's not so flowery, I want to say. I did try to use more green plants rather than flowers, basically. Does that make sense? Like the hosta plants or whatever they're called from Cats and Dogs, for example. I also used the pretty daisies, and what are those other ones called? I don't remember. The ones that aren't actually, they look like flowers, but they're bushes. I don't know what those are called. I used a couple of shrugs too, and also some of the other bigger plants where there's a lot of green going on them and not so much flower. I used a lot of stuff from the bush category or the shrub category. Yes, let's put it like that. So I was trying to make it look a little bit wilder, not so many flowers and all that stuff, because I felt like it would just fit the house. They do have a lot of plant pots around the garden to make up for that, so you can plant a lot of flowers and then use the flowers in the or on the flower arrangement table. So maybe one of the Sims is very into gardening, or they could be into flower arranging or something like that. And also, by the way, because I know that I'll get questions about this, the fence that I'm using is from the World Objects catalog. The wheelbarrow right here, or is that called a wheelbarrow? I feel like it's called a wheelbarrow, but I could be wrong. It's not really a word that I use a lot when I speak English, but I think that one is, or I know that one is from the World Objects catalog as well. And also the flower boxes on the house, and also the lines of flowers or flower boxes under the front patio here, they're also from that catalog too. So if you want to access that, I have all my cheats written in the description, so you just need to type in basically everything, and then on the left side of the screen right now where it says search in a small box, you just type in debug and then you click on one of them and all these items will turn up. So depending a little bit on how good your computer is, how fast it is, it might take a while for the game to load all the items because it's a lot. Also depending on how many packs you have. I don't remember where this fencing is from, by the way, like what pack it came from. I feel like it could possibly be cats and dogs, but I could very well be wrong about that. There's a lot of items in that catalog. I don't remember every single item and where it's from or anything like that. So I could very well be wrong about that, but anyways, so I did put a picnic table over here. Actually, can I just say, and this is something that bothers me so much, they still haven't fixed the terrain paint issue where it disappears when you re-enter a lot. So I was done with this house and I closed it down because I needed to edit the video, and then I had to go back in and take screenshots, and the terrain paint was gone. So if it looks a little bit different in the screenshots at the end of the video and also in the thumbnail, that would be why, because I basically had to redo the whole thing, which sucks, and it took a long time as well. So I really hope that they fix that at some point. I know that I can just save it to the gallery and then put it down again once I re-enter the game or reopen the game, but when you place down a lot from your library or from the gallery, the terrain paint will be slightly mislocated. It won't be exactly where it was when you placed it. So that just bothers me as well. So I had to redo the whole thing. That's just how it is, but that's why it may look a little bit different in the screenshots at the end of the video. So the vines that I'm using right here are from Discover University. Actually, they're also from the World Objects catalog. I love that we got those because they're so pretty. And I've used them quite a lot lately too, but I felt like this house just needed a little bit of extra rusticness to it. So I decided to use these vines, and I swapped out the columns here as well with some other columns. So I was using the plain ones from Get Together, but I swapped them out with a small one from Get Together, plus also a base game column actually. I just like to add columns as accents on my houses. I feel like it's a nice detail. I don't like to do it if the house is made of brick because I feel like that looks weird for some reason, but if the house is covered by wood paneling or if it's made out of wood or whatever, I think it looks really nice with some accents on the corners. So that's what those are for. And I also want to say that some of the trees I'm using here, like the pink ones here and also the big white one, or they're green but they have pink flowers and white flowers on them. They are from Jungle Adventure. I'm always like a little bit scared to use those outside of Solani because I do feel like they have a little bit of an exotic vibe to them, but they're just so pretty. The flowers on them are so pretty that I just had to use them. I have to use them sometimes, but you can definitely see that the leaves on those trees are different from the other trees that I'm using. I think the other trees that I'm using are from cats and dogs actually, so they should suit the surroundings, but there's a couple of trees that might look a little bit off, but they're just too pretty to pass up on, so. And now we have moved on to the backyard. So in the backyard, they have a very nice big pool and also a gazebo. I did place down a tent as well, and also a swing. So I used one of the swings that you guys have used in your shell build challenge entries as well, and I also found the clothesline because I've been looking for that thing forever because I thought it would be from Laundry Day or Cats and Dogs or something, but no, it's from Solani. It's from Island Living, so that's why I couldn't find it, and one of you guys told me, so thank you for that. So I've decided to use it in this build. It just looks really cool. Like it has 3 lines of clothing or 3 lines with clothes on it, and it's nice and detailed and I like it. So I decided to use this in the backyard. And yeah, other than that, they have the shed, which you'll see me decorate at the very end of the video. They also have a couple of plant pots and also a whole lot of landscaping too, but I think that's actually about it. We still have 4 minutes left, so I don't know what I'm doing for the last 4 minutes. Possibly just a lot of landscaping. Oh, I placed down flower boxes too. There was a lot of landscaping to do around this build, like a lot. Also, just ignore the empty rooms inside of the house. when when I decide that I'm only gonna include one bathroom, I tend to not do the rest of the bathrooms until I'm done editing the build, actually, just because I want to get the editing over with as quickly as possible. So that's why, like, sometimes you can see there's a couple of empty rooms still inside the house, even though I'm like on the outdoors again. But I don't know. I tend to push bathrooms for as long as I can as well because I just find them really incredibly boring to do. But they are decorated in the uploaded version, so don't worry about that. You won't have to decorate them yourselves, but you can if you want to. That's completely fine. So I was planning on making this shed a greenhouse actually, because I thought it would sort of fit the household, but then it kind of dawned on me that they have so many plant pots around the landscaping that I felt like they just didn't need any more plant pots. Like, they had enough. Like, they have 4 small ones in the front yard and also 4 big ones, and then they have 3 small ones in the backyard and 1 big one, so they just don't need more plant pots. There's plenty of plant pots for them to use. Plus, you could definitely fit in more here and there throughout the landscaping too, like especially in the backyard. I feel like there's quite a lot of room to place down more plant pots if you should want to. So I decided to turn it into a shed for like hobbies and stuff instead, which I thought was kind of nice. So there's a woodworking table in there. I feel like I've already said this earlier in the voiceover, but I'm just going to say it again. There's a woodworking table in there, a flower arrangement table, and also a keyboard and a microphone. I did also put in a couch and a chair, so it kind of looks like some Sims could be sitting in the couch and the chair and then listen to someone sitting behind the keyboard playing or maybe singing or something. I don't know, I thought that would be kind of cute. Like if someone has practiced some music and they want to show it off to their family members, they can do that. So that's why I put those there. Or maybe it's just if they want to, be alone because it's quite a big house. There's a lot of Sims living in it. They can just go to the shed in the backyard and sit there and chill out. That's completely fine as well. So for the rest of the video, I am doing a little bit more landscaping, also some terrain painting, and then we are also decorating or furnishing the back patio actually. So on the back porch, or the back patio, whatever you want to call that, I put down a lounge area so they can sit there and chill as well. If it's raining but it's warm and they want to sit outside, they can do that under the roofing and they're completely fine. And I also placed down a dining area, so there's a round table with 6 chairs total, so they can actually sit there and eat if they want to. They don't have to sit in the gazebo. So plenty of opportunities for them to sit, around this lot and eat together. I think it's a nice thing to do when you have a big lot and also it's a house for a big family. And I also realized that I hadn't put down a chess table for this house either, so I put one of those here on the back porch as well, but it's the only chess table in this house. I do feel like a telescope would have fit this house perfectly, but we need a telescope of some sort. Not that huge one that takes up so much space and you have to put it in your backyard, but one of those smaller ones, very elegant ones that you can put under the roof or something so you can look at the stars. We need something like that. And yeah, the shed here is the last thing I am going to be decorating, and that's about it for today. So I do hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. I don't really know if it's already Sunday somewhere already, but I do hope that you are at least enjoying your weekend. Let me know how Christmas shopping is going, and also if you're looking forward to Christmas as well, definitely let me know. Or if you're celebrating something else, I also hope you're looking forward to that. But that's about it for today. So if you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye! Lost in the shadows of a million stars. Shouldn't they enlighten my near and far? Shouldn't they at all just tell me where you are? Send a prayer if I'm out of luck. Send a little love and I'll make it back. Send me a letter and a bottle of wine.
halfway hard, halfway